Hello, I'm Thomas Carruthers.
I'm Will Leggetter.
And today we've got a very special guest. Will, do you want to introduce him? Because up until 3 minutes ago, I'd never met the man.
This is Nathan. Do you want to introduce yourself? I feel weird doing that.
Okay, yeah, my name's Nathan. I'm very good friends with Will.
I've done that bit.
Yeah. I go to university with Will in Sheffield, study English and theatre. It's a bit about me.
It's like you're on blind date.
Yeah.
And number 3. Oh, rest it post summer.
Didn't prepare my questions, to be honest.
No. What would be your ideal Sunday? Oh, no, actually, that was supposed to be a blind date reference, but it's unintentionally led us into our film.
Sergeant Nicholas Angel, expert in hand-to-hand combat, armed response, and high-speed pursuit. He was so good, they reassigned him.
Right. You've been making us all look bad. There's one thing you haven't taken into account, and that's what the team is going to make of this.
Our film is, of course, this week, Hot Fuzz from 2007. Now, Will informs me, Will, that this is... oh, Jesus Christ. Will informs me, Nathan, that this is your favourite film?
It's one of, yeah. So I quite often play Desert Island Discs with my granddad, but with DVDs instead of songs. And this made my top 8, so it's coming with me.
Go on. Do you know your top 8 off the top of your head? I like this a lot.
Oh, I'm trying to think now. Forrest Gump has definitely got to come. Yeah. Interstellar for the sci-fi section, I think. Hot Fuzz, obviously. Both the Monsters, Inc. movies.
Yeah. Monsters University is underrated, I think.
It's so good. It's just as good as the first one.
So you're in the right, aren't you, Nathan, in you're with me and
yes,
the correct people in thinking that Monsters, Inc. is by far the best Pixar film.
Oh, yeah, it's best kids film of all time.
Okay.
I'd probably... I'd go Beauty and the Beast, then Monsters, Inc. if I'm talking overall rankings. But definitely Beauty and the Beast is my favourite Disney, and Monsters, Inc. is without a shadow of a doubt my favourite.
The original Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Without
just
saying.
checking.
How exciting was that, though? All of those names coming out. There wasn't a single name, apart from Emma Watson, obviously, but there wasn't a single name that wasn't like, oh, that's absolute perfect casting.
Yeah.
And then... that fart. Let's jump. So, 2007, Hot Fuzz, directed by Edgar Wright, written by Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg. It is the middle part of the named Cornetto trilogy consisting of Shaun of the Dead and The World's End. Let's pop off one of Tom's big questions. I think we're all in agreement. Is this the best of the Cornetto trilogy?
Yeah, by far. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, World's End?
Yeah, definitely.
I think.
I feel like I've seen The World's End more than I've seen Shaun of the Dead, I think, for some reason.
Yeah. I don't like people. I mean, that's a very blanket statement. I disagree with people who say that The World's End is like a real drop off in quality. I just don't see that at all. I think they're all. I'd say they're all definitely 7. Oh no, I'd say Hot Fuzz is 10 out of 10. I'd say Shaun of the Dead's 9 out of 10, and then World's End is 8. But I wouldn't say that
8's
like
a bit high, but it's not a bad film.
Very high.
It gets a lot of stick, but it's not a bad film. It's still enjoyable. Yeah. It's just when you compare it to the other two, I think
that's your problem, isn't it? Yeah.
Not in the same league.
What were you going to say? Well, you had a ponderous look on your face.
I think I think it just suffers from. It's quite consistent throughout. There's not many different bits. maybe that's because they're all set in different pubs, but you kind of get the same sort of scenes throughout. Obviously, towards the end, it gets a bit actiony. But even with Shaun of the Dead, which is set in like the same sort of, you've got different contrasting bits, which I think maybe the film lacks.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Yeah. Also, I think you've got the thing of like, oh, they were trying to change the dynamics of, you know, okay, Simon's not played obviously he's not played a drug-addled loser, but he's not played the sort of, you know, wide boy-esque sort of wild guy.
Yeah.
Nick's not played the completely reserved businessman type. So and I don't know if those are, you know, obviously they're both great in both of those roles, but I just don't know if that's.
I do think
not their
Nick,
best track.
I think Simon's the best straight man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he suits that, doesn't he, really well, delivering those sort of dry
Well, this
lines.
is the thing, isn't it? We're talking about Best Cornetto. This is my favourite Simon Pegg. This is my version of Simon Pegg, and this is my favourite version of Nick Frost, because I think the bloody hell, what's he called? Ed. The Ed character, as much as is enjoyable, you know, it's a bit too oafish. Whereas I think the naivety of Danny.
He's got that innocence, hasn't he?
Yeah. Very good. Let's jump into the YouTube comments. Let's see what the world is saying. Best flipping movie ever. Pretty robust comment. My favourite film, love it. I'm proud to be British.
It's like that. I'm surprised. I'm quite happy that's caught, you know, because you get a lot of "God bless America" at the end of comments, but you don't get very like I'm British.
I sifted through a lot for Paddington 2. There were like hundreds of I love Britain. Oh, I'm British, and I thought, no, I'm not going to read them all. Sorry, go on, Nathan.
I was going to say, I think there is something very British about the whole trilogy, really, isn't there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that's part of the endearment to them.
And that's also why I think I prefer this one, because even though it's obviously not Yorkshire, and it's Somerset, it has a very countryside vibe.
Yeah,
I like Yorkshire. Jay Cartwright from the In-Betweeners has commented, one of the most repeated ITV films have shown, and that is true. I don't know if that's a verified fact or they're just pulling it out, but it does always seem to be on ITV4.
I think Back to the Future 3 is more often on ITV4.
Well, Shawshank's always on.
Yeah.
Chalet
Girl.
Classic.
Better, which is a better Bill Nye. And it's a good film. I highly recommend you watching it. Very, very distinct. The Night Watcher. I just watched this for the first time. Dear God, I wasted 10 years of my life.
I'm assuming that was from 2017 then.
It's from last year. That was a joke, but it is actually from 3 years ago. Oh, that is 2017. Good one, Tom. Jesus Christ. It was filmed down the road from me. I like Hot Fuzz because his action and funny in UK. Yes, Hot Fuzz filmed the United Kingdom, England.
Fun fact.
Yeah. The comments were pretty dull this week. That's all I've got this week. So let's jump into best 10-minute stretch. Let's start with Nathan. We don't usually.
That's a good question. I mean, the opening itself is not 10 minutes long, I don't think, but the bit when he's in the Met and they introduce his character, and then all the bits with sort of Martin Freeman and Bill Nye and stuff.
And
the big one.
Yeah, the guy who plays Alan Partridge. Can't remember his name.
Bad start.
Oh no, Coogan.
Steve Coogan.
Steve Coogan.
Yes.
Yeah, that bit really sets the film up and sets the tone for it really well, I think.
And any film that begins with Steve Coogan.
Yeah, any film, Steve Coogan. What a guy. Yep. I've got either the shootout or the welcome to Sanford bit, sort of longer than 10 minutes, but that sort of introduction to everybody, introduction to the NWA. I love that it's just never mentioned that it's obviously the NWA, and it's just never brought up that it's obviously the band. There's just not even a single Nick joke of going, the NWA? Good. Will?
I've got the fairground, or the fair, and the raffle leading up to the murder. I think that's a very good sort of build-up of tension. I like that 10-minute stretch.
Don't you have a fate to be? Oh, I don't. Yeah, this is very good. And then a good rain scene.
That's a great. I love a good rain scene.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's open this. What's the best rain scene in a movie?
Wow.
We could count all of 7. It's all in the rain, and then it pays off when there's no rain. When
the end of Shawshank, surely.
Oh, that is good. Wasn't that one of your nitpicks, though?
Well, that it's raining.
No, that it shouldn't stand there.
Well, it should pretty run up, yeah.
Rain. I mean, obviously, people would say Foreigners at a Funeral, but I think that's one of the worst.
Because it's got Andy McDowell in.
Was it raining? I hadn't noticed. She can't breathe. She can't deliver a line. Oh, God. I'm going to say, what a terrible woman. Who's her famous daughter?
Janine McDowell.
No, it's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Margaret Qualley, Pussycat. And you know what? She's a lot better.
She's great. She's great. Singing in the Rain, surely the best rain scene in the movie.
That's good. Technically, if we're talking best rain scenes, are we allowed Rain on the Roof?
Rain Man. All right.
Paddington 2.
That is a great.
It's what a number.
Just you wait to the Paddington 2 episode, Nathan. Your heart's content. Yeah. Will, did you say your best 10-minute stretch?
Yeah, the Fates.
Yes. Tom's weirdly specific favourite parts of the film. Okay. Skinner's intro. Timothy Dalton just running on, arrest me.
Lock me up.
I'm sorry?
I'm a slasher and I must be stopped.
You're a what?
A slasher.
I'm a slasher of prices.
I must be stopped.
Right. Just the genuine anger and intensity that he comes up, runs up with.
I think this is Timothy Dalton's best movie.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
I was watching one of the interviews and he was saying how he enjoyed some of it more than James Bond. Yeah. And just the fact you've got James Bond in a cop movie being punched around by the good guys is great.
Which is his better? Is Living Daylights or License to Kill better?
Living Daylights.
Yeah.
I've never seen either of them. I'm not a big Bond fan.
Well, they're a bit more bloody. They were going for a bit more of a bloody angle with those two. Didn't land well because then you get Pierce.
We skip the Pierce movies. No, GoldenEye's good.
Why do we skip the Pierce movies? 3 of them. Yeah, World Is Not Enough is all right. The world is not enough. I like that song. Any of the Olivia sex jokes?
And this is one Doris Thatcher.
She's your only policewoman? She's not a policewoman.
She is. I've seen her bra.
She's a police officer. Being a woman has nothing to do with it.
Oh, I don't know. Comes in handy every.
It's lovely. It's lovely now that she's won an Oscar.
And what's upstairs?
Must have hit the sign at some speed. Took the old top off.
She's not a policewoman. Yes, she is. I've seen her bra. That's a great.
Told him several times. You shouldn't eat late at night.
I don't know. Quite like a little midnight gobble.
Yeah. Any of her little innuendo sex jokes?
Nice one, Doris.
Nothing like a bit of girl on girl.
I can't beat her. What a woman. Great Olivia Colman. Have you watched The Favourite yet, Will?
I haven't. I have watched Peep Show.
I still haven't watched Peep Show.
Oh, it's great. You'll love it.
I'll get around to it. Well, we'll see what gets voted in on the Twitter poll. The Fence Gag's great. The Romeo and Juliet performance.
A dateless bargain to engrossing death. Here's to my love.
Specifically, the jazzed up rendition of Love Fool. Love me, say that you love me.
And also, like, just claiming that the backups were amateur dramatists. From like one of them literally just played a dead body.
A cadaver in Prime Suspect, and the other one was in Straw Dogs. The great joke of that being that in Straw Dogs, all of the extras were either raped or murdered. Straw Dogs is a very brutal film. Dustin Hoffman. Well, they don't specify whether it was the remake or not. The original's Dustin Hoffman. The remake is bloody hell, what's his name? Connie Collins. James Marsden. And that's why he's called Mr. Treacher with the big coat. Because that's Straw Dogs. It's called Treacher's Farm.
Didn't know that.
Edgar's clever, any.
Oh, he is. Cox. I love that they're still wearing their cowboy outfits. They're wearing the same. They always wear the same outfit. I love Billy Whitelaw manning a machine gun. I mean, I love Billy Whitelaw. What a great woman. Inspectors. Oh, the cutting to the inspectors for Village of the Year, following the shoot out. They're just.
And then the sign falls down.
It's great. And then all of Skinner's little genuinely psychotic, not even innuendos, just like to bash your head in.
Lots of secrets would come tumbling out.
Romeo!
There never was a story of more woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo.
Excuse me?
Martin and Eve. Such a tragedy.
Mr. Skinner, do you mind telling me how you know the identity of the persons involved?
You know how it is. News travels fast.
I love struck Romeo.
Riddles out. Will's more general favourite part of the film.
I like. I just want to mention Timothy Dalton again. I like. He had one thing you didn't. A great big bushy beard. In general, I just love the Andes.
Do beards last?
I don't think so.
In the
not the way his did.
It was indestructible.
Yeah.
Like
Sorry,
the one in the
back to the Andes.
Look, I can assure you it wasn't my intention to upset the apple cart.
Yeah, because we all sell apples round here, don't we?
Your dad sells apples, Andy.
And raspberries. But you can't wait to jump into.
Yeah, no, the Andes are the best part of the movie. They're great. They're just so. Was it? I've got a line. Oh, you want to be a big cough in a small town? Fuck off to the model village. That's great.
It's good. Which is weird because I don't usually like Rafe Spall. I find him pretty.
You're not.
Oh.
I think he's a great actor.
Never liked him. Thought it was pretty dull in Life of Pi. I obviously didn't pay to go see him in that one-man show. Why would I pay to go see something I don't like? What is he good in? Throw some things out. I'm forgetting. My mind's a blank.
Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead, yeah.
He's all right.
I watched What If the first time the other day. He was in that. It was all right.
He's very good in White Christmas, the Black Mirror episode.
I've never liked that one.
Have you not?
And I love John Hamm. I have
the most charismatic man in the world.
I have a framed picture of John Hamm. Yeah. Have you never seen this?
No.
Quite something.
I never knew you kept a framed picture of John Hamm in your room.
It was a Christmas gift from an ex-lover of mine. Well, girlfriend. After a one-night stand, she did. And it's apparently signed. It's obviously not. It's just a photo. But yeah, no. So I have that with my little Mad Men little Funko and the complete Blu-ray box set and a book on Mad Men. So I'm single, by the way. I don't know if you could guess. What am I googling? No. Rafe Spall.
He was in War of the Worlds, that recent adaptation. And I've got up here, he's currently, well, I don't know if he's filming now.
The Apple TV one.
That was shit. If I have to sit through those two pissing adverts anymore on YouTube, both of them are not funny. Why? Well, why don't why do people not adopt? Well, they won't look like us. Well, that's good then. Oh, thank you.
Tom doesn't like Rafe Spall.
And then pulling bloody Phil Daniels down with you.
Oh.
Greg from the shop, he got adopted a dog and it's shit everywhere. Don't know what I'm supposed to do with that information. I think it's because I'm not a big fan of the Cockney wide boy thing.
You feel intimidated?
I do feel it. Oh, move on from that.
No, we'll carry on. Phil Daniels.
Great.
He played for Tenario when I went to see Les Mis. That was great.
Did he?
Yeah. He just broke into part life halfway through.
Did he?
No, I wish.
Imagine.
He was in Get Santa, Rafe Spall, which is a movie.
He's currently filming something called The Salisbury Poisonings, which is a drama about the Novichok poisoning crisis.
Do you mean the Salisbury?
No, it's spelt Salisbury, so I will pronounce it Salisbury.
Is that because they legally can't call it Salisbury, or is that because Will is...
That's because
That's because Will's from Yorkshire and, people don't know how to say things from...
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah, that's my point.
Bloody. Not Scottish. Other general parts, Will?
I love the whole merchant swan scene. Mr. Peter Ian Staker.
The swan's escaped?
Yeah.
Right, and where's the swan escaped from exactly?
The castle.
Oh yeah, and who might you be?
Mr. Staker. Yeah, Mr. Peter Ian Staker.
P.I. Staker. Yeah. Right, piss taker. Come!
Describe it to me. Well, it's about a high, white...
It's
a swan. That's great.
Piss taker, come on!
I like the... what's he called? Great actor. David Bradley.
The Seaboard
Church pedophile.
Yeah.
Who wasn't a pedophile. He was a good...
He wasn't.
What was the twist? That she was just legal? Or something.
It's not much of a twist, is it?
No, it was like he wasn't like a pedophile. And like he do it like in France or something, and she was like 17 or 18. The twist was that he wasn't a pedophile and that they were in love. I mean, I'm saying this wrong. And then he killed himself, didn't he? Because they kept graffitiing pedo because they thought that he was the boy who killed little Danny. But it wasn't. It was Olivia Colman's husband.
Oh.
That were good. The rest of it were... The problem it has is that it's those bloody 8-hour BBC things, right? In 8 hours long. And nothing happens for 45 minutes. And then at the end, it's like... he was on the boat at the same time.
It's just enough to keep you going for the next week, like coming back next week.
Broadchurch Fever, we cannot underestimate that first season, how much Broadchurch Fever swept this nation.
Well, for me, it was Happy Valley. That
Happy
was
Valley
great.
was excellent.
Yeah.
But even that had the problem, because the fifth episode...
That's what this episode's always. They're always the one that builds you up for the sixth one. That's their job.
There was only 5. I'm talking about whatever the final episode was.
All right.
It was all a bit of, cleaning up.
I think I prefer series 2.
With Steve?
Yeah.
Oh, not with Steve. Was Steve in the first one?
No, I think he still made an appearance.
No, because he got shot. Oh. No, he didn't get shot. His boss got shot on the motorway.
Yeah.
Nasty way to go.
Anyway, enough about
Sarah Lancashire.
Yeah. Nathan, if you had to pick some favourite parts of this film, how would you go?
The Aaron A. Aronson bit is quite a nice touch. And the bit where Nicholas is first coming back into Sanford to sort of just lay waste to the place, and I can't remember which one is the first guy punches out. And then his mum. Cranham. Yeah, and then his mum's got his packing with the gun in the background. Everyone and their mums is packing around here.
Oh, that's very good. Oscar travesty? Oh, I don't know. 2007 was a pretty stacked year. Will's favourite building or set? We've got a lot.
Hey.
Nice ones to pick here, Will.
Yeah, well, it's the entire village, really. But I think a special mention for the model village.
Yeah.
I love models. I just love model villages. I get that single.
I'm glad you added the villages there.
Both. If I met a model and we both could have a little model village, that would be my dream. It's not meeting the models isn't a problem. I mean, it is a problem. When am I going to meet models? But trap them in the model village.
And they might give you signed, non-signed photos.
Yeah.
A picture of a signed picture. Me and John, my good friend John Howard. You signed an audience, right? Go on. Yes. Any other specifications?
I like the whole Fates, the setup. That's nice. The pub looks like a wonderful pub.
It's the oldest free house in the UK.
Oh, you were waiting for me to say that. You had that one lined up. No, well, that's
no.
I
was right. If the pub came up, run by the Me Too Alan Partridge, this time dead guy. Who I saw him in Uncle Vanya before all this quarantine shit.
Toby Jones.
Yeah, Toby Jones.
With Toby Jones, it was excellent. Yeah, so I was the problem when everybody was saying, "Don't go to places." I went to watch Uncle Vanya. Well, that was the Thursday, and then on the Saturday, I watched the penultimate performance of Endgame with Alan Cumming and Daniel Radcliffe because it obviously got cancelled after the night do. And guess who was in it?
Who?
Cox. Carl Johnson was in it. Where are we?
We're on
Best single minute. There isn't a soundtrack, unfortunately. Best single minute. Will.
Oh, yeah. Well, you've thrown it. I mean, I've got to throw a few in. I don't know. I like the opening when it's racing through all the different where he's telling he's going to be relocated. And he's like, "You want me to get the chief inspector down here, do you?" And he just goes, "Kenneth," and he's next to him. That's great.
Hello, Nicholas.
You're making us all look bad. That's the second
I'll be the
time
Sheriff of London.
You don't get to see his hands, which is a bad part.
You don't. Bless him. He's got Mary Berry hands.
Where? Is she all right?
Nathan, what's your best single minute?
I mean, the bit with in the supermarket where they're fighting the two butchers. It's just bolognese, Sandy. is I mean, that whole bit in the supermarket is pretty good. And the shortcut minute where they're actually chasing the swan.
What's the matter, Danny? You never taken a shortcut before?
Yeah.
And he
that
has
was
to
supposed
decide.
to be called in the script. It was called Summer Isles. There's a reference to which film?
The Wicker Man.
Correct.
Oh,
Where'd you pull that one from?
my very vast film knowledge.
Yes,
this is why I have a film podcast.
Summer's Isle, starring
Edward Woodward.
Edward Woodward, who plays who?
Nicolas Cage. You lost me.
No, the CCTV man in this film.
Oh no, he does. Of course he does. So I thought you were still the last remaining.
Why does
what you did?
Why does Edward Woodward have so many D's in his name?
I don't know why.
Because if it didn't, it'd be called Iwa Woo-Wah.
What do you call a man with a lock on his head?
Trunk. No. Are you going to say Edward Woodward?
I would say Edward. What do you call a man with two logs on his head?
Edward Woodward.
What do you? Yeah, that's great.
Oh God! Oh Jesus Christ! Oh God! Oh Jesus Christ!
Oh God! Oh Jesus Christ!
Not the bees.
No, wrong. No, we're not talking about the pissing Nicolas Cage. I won't bring back your goddamn honey. That's great. I mean,
it's the bit where he just punches that woman. He goes for it.
For our first Halloween month, we are doing the wonderful The Horrors of 1973, which include, obviously, The Wicker Man, Don't Look Now, The Exorcist, and Theatre of Blood. I feel like we should do a bonus episode
with the
of the Nicolas Cage Wicker Man.
I think we definitely should.
I'll pencil that in now.
What's your best single minute, Tom?
Me? Oh, yes. It's the reveal of the plan and all the greater good business. And,
the greater good.
And just that whole NWA meeting and finding out that Jim Broadbent's wife killed herself because of a travelling community. It's all great.
Crusty jugglers.
Yeah, that bit when he falls into the sort of tomb and there's all the people that have been killed,
including the gold
flashbacks. It's still there.
It's quite scary, actually. That gold man.
It's terrifying.
I thought they could have had a nice gag. Well, not a gag, a genuine scare of the gold man coming alive. Well, not coming alive, but like they're starving them or something. They're leaving them to die. But that doesn't make sense. They would just kill them. Best line. Will, do you want to start us off? I always take the good ones.
You do. Leslie Tiller. That's a good one. I like. You've got a moustache. I know. That's a great one. When's your birthday? 22nd of February. What year? Every year. That's a good one.
Excuse me.
What?
When's your birthday?
22nd of February.
What year?
Every year. Get out.
That one's good. I prefer 1969. You're 37.
Hey. When's your birthday?
8th of May, 1969.
You're 37.
Yeah.
Get out.
And just the third one, he's like, ah!
When's your birthday? Out.
Is there a problem, officer?
Yes, there is, Mr. Porter. It would appear a number of your patrons are underage.
Well, a few of them may be a month or two south of proper, but if they're in here, it stops them getting into trouble out there. Yeah, the way we see it, it's all for the greater good.
The greater good.
And he dies. He gets killed. Poor lad. 2 days work. 2 days work. 2 night shoots.
I like when Timothy Dalton rocks up in his sports car and starts singing.
Well, he doesn't sing great. Romeo and Juliet. He
know he does.
He never was the tale of more road. Yeah.
And then I've got as a note, Skinner's Radio's bang on, isn't it?
Oh, it's
Romeo
great.
and Juliet. I know it's obviously jokes, but like "And Fire" by Arthur Brown, 2 great songs. Fire.
I like decaffeinated instead of decapitated. I've got when Nicholas Angel first goes into the pub, the B&B, and she calls him a fascist, and she's just doing the crossword.
Fascism.
Hag.
Yeah, for me, the best part of that is again, it's just Billy Whitelaw, lovely, going, fascism, wonderful.
And then I like when he's chasing the thief from the supermarket, and then he disappears off with all the mums with the pushchairs, and he goes, "You mothers!"
Oh,
that's great.
Nathan, do you want to throw some out?
I mean, murder is a classic, isn't it?
That is good.
Oh, actually? Really? Of course he fucking was! Thank you, Danny! Oh, murder.
That is the best line in the film. Murder. Change the fucking record.
I'm trying to think now, other than that one. Let's just say we won't be short of Chunky Monkey for the next one.
Jim Broadbent, what a man.
Yeah. Agreed.
Nobody tells me nothing.
Oh, that's good.
Bill Bailey.
Yeah.
Did you know that Bill Bailey is reading Ian Banks, and then other Bill Bailey is reading Ian M. Banks, which is the pseudonym that he uses for his sci-fi novels.
Oh.
Ah.
Get the DVD, get Trivia Track on it. It's a wealth of knowledge. Yeah. Fuck off, Grasshopper.
Oh, fuck off, Grasshopper.
No!
Jesus Christ!
Love that. Yeah. He's not Judge Judy and Executioner.
This is murder! It's not, it's ketchup. I'm not talking about that, I'm talking about the others. What others? The others the NWA have murdered. That's not true. It is! Dad just said it was his special club. I thought it was about rapping people on the knuckles and sending them on their way. There are skeletons back there. I don't know nothing about no skeleton. What did you think was happening? Not this! It's Frank! He's appointing himself judge, jury, and executioner. He's not Judge, Judy, and executioner. He is!
I don't know nothing about no skeletons. Go back to London.
Actually, he was arrested for selling drugs to students. Oh, it's great stuff. Well, he was found fingering up the duck pond. Won't be long. All of Martin Blummer's incredible deliveries of we don't have long.
all the stuff around like the Romeo and Juliet scene
was
great.
Like we
David,
just sat through 3 hours of so-called acting, and the only convincing bit was the kiss.
David Threlfall, who's famously played which TV long-standing character? You won't guess it. I only found out this morning. It's genuinely blew my mind a little.
Oh, I'm excited.
Frank Gallagher from Shameless.
Really?
Yeah. Martin Blower and Frank Gallagher from Shameless. Oh, you can see it when you look at pictures.
Quite the career.
Yes, and now he's on Isolation Stories, which looks like shit. I haven't watched it. Maybe it's great. What's the change? I watched all the deleted scenes. There's not like big chunks. It's just like trimming, like a gag here, gag there. And all of them are great. This is the thing. This is a really good film. I mean, obviously don't add them all because 2 hours 20 is a bit long for a comedy. And this movie does move so wickedly fast.
Yeah.
But put a few in because they're all good gags. Round it out to 2. Round it out to 2 hours instead of an hour 55.
They cut a whole character, didn't they?
No, Vicky would never made it past the script.
Did she not?
No. We've got it in few fun facts, but I'll get to it now. So basically, obviously, you've got the setup of Janine leaving him, and that is obviously a leftover from a character from the original script called Vicky, who was going to be a love interest, who was the maid at the motel, and he was going to fall in love and all that. And eventually, they just cut her and gave most of the lines to Danny.
Building on that, another one of my favourite lines. I'm not Janine. He's talking.
Oh yeah.
The wonderful.
No. Does Bob look like the kind of person I'd go out with? It's Dave.
Hello there.
I see.
The incredible Kate Blanchett. What a woman. Astoundingly good. Put her in her mask. She's still great. Put her in there for 5 minutes. What incredible. Worth every inch of that gold statue Oscar. Everyone. What a woman. That's the funny part when she wins her Oscar in Blue Jasmine and she goes, I'd like to thank Woody Allen for writing such a great script. And then there's like, some people clap, some people don't know who to clap or not. Very funny. Oh yes, other change. It's not how I like my action to be shot. I love the shootout, but I'm not a big fan of all the fast cutting. I like the Bourne films, but that sort of Bourne aesthetic. I like a John Wick. I like to pull back and really see what's happening. I like a Point Break. I like to see what's happening. And so they're very...
Well, that's Edgar Wright, though, isn't it?
Yeah. No, I know. And obviously it's very... The juxtaposition of it being this sort of incredibly fast-cut action in a Somerset village is incredibly funny, but also, it's a bit nauseating at points.
Yeah, the whole film, I noticed, is very much comprised of shortcuts all the way through, when there's no real need to in places.
But it never affected me, apart from in that final shootout. That's where I was like, okay, maybe slow this down a bit, because it always punctuates comedy, like the moving sequences or any of the fast cuts. It always punctuates comedy. Whereas in the shootout, it's just a shootout, and I was like, okay, calm down, Edgar. What's left from Will's notes?
What's left from my notes? I've got what's the most painful thing that's ever happened to you? Harry Stubbs. What's the second most painful? Just when he keeps questioning, have you ever fired a gun in the air? That's great. I like Bad Boys 2, or what's the other one? Is it
Point Break?
Point Break.
Point Break. Oh, it's Keanu and of course.
Yeah.
It's like, which one I want to watch? No, which one you want to watch first? That's great. And he reveals this whole cupboard.
Which is my dream. This is the first thing I'm doing when I get a house or an accommodation. I am getting a proper shelving unit and getting all these DVDs and books and all my media properly. I look like I'm in a corner shop. I've got piles of books on the floor here and got piles over there. And it's very rustic and cool.
There's a whole shelf just dedicated to Keanu Reeves and Swayze.
Patrick Swayze.
What a man.
Yeah, Patrick Swayze. Damn it. Ghost, another movie. Demi Moore ruins. Anything left from your notes, Will?
That's it.
My notes, just the entire cast. Incredible. Edward Woodward, Kenneth Branagh, all of them. It's great. Kate Blanchett. Do you know who plays the Santa?
No.
Peter Jackson, director of The Lord of the Rings.
Really?
Yes.
I never knew that.
Cults. I like cult movies. I realise this.
Yeah.
I love The Wicker Man. I loved Midsummer. I love Kill List. I like cult movies. Make more cult movies. Specifically British. I mean, I know I just said Midsummer, but Midsummer feels like a very British cult movie, even though it's in Sweden.
I've not seen it.
It's very good.
Very much want to, yeah.
The Kinks, can't beat the Kinks. We are the Village Green Preservation Society. The mirroring of the hoods. Nicholas think the hoods are the problem, and guess what? They are, but it's a different hood. Summerfields. Did you have a Summerfields locally? We did. We had a very local one.
Did you?
Yeah.
We've got a spa.
No, because when this came out, I was like, wait a minute, Summerfields? I mean, I think a lot of the, little watching these films over and over and over again, I think all three of us have noticed by now all of the little in-jokes and all that. But I've missed one, crime statistic. We don't want him to be just another crime statistic. Obviously, they don't want another crime statistic. They don't want any crime statistics, do they? And so they kill him instead. Very good. It's clever. It's a very clever script. Tom's Book Corner, not based on a book. Alternate Ending Corner, not based on... Jesus Christ.
Not based on an alternate.
Not based on... Change the record. In this film, Edward Woodward plays a conspirator against a naive police officer. In The Wicker Man, he played a naive police officer who was experiencing a conspiracy against him. In both films, his character meets a fiery end. In The Wicker Man, he is burned alive inside a giant effigy. In this film, he's blown up by a sea mine. I mean, that's pretty obvious. I don't know why that's... I mean, I guess it wouldn't be obvious if you didn't know.
Sounds like it's not purposeful either. It's just something someone's tried to put together.
Olivia Colman and David Bradley also worked together on 5 episodes of Broadchurch. No. That's that. Simon Pegg and Steve Coogan previously appeared together in Watership Allen, one of Pegg's first television movies.
When he was the writer for the Canal Boat advert with the farmers.
But also, Simon Pegg toured with him as one of the tour, The Man Who Thinks He's It.
He was the Milky
Bar Kid on the Comic Relief. And also, there's lots of little Coogan alumnus in this, because Alice Lowe, who plays Christina, is it? The secretary, was on the last tour Coogan did. There you go. Some Coogan facts.
I watched Watership Allen last night.
Because you're in the mood.
Yeah.
Some of the shoot was delayed by torrential rain.
Yeah, I saw this one, and apparently Edgar just used to go and stand out in the rain and look really grumpy at the sky and wait for it to go away.
That's the best rain scene.
Yeah.
Can you name the people from Harry Potter?
What? Just in general, or the ones that are in this movie?
Oh, very funny.
Jim Broadbent.
Yep.
Is Bill Nighy in Harry Potter?
Bill Nighy is in Harry Potter.
Yeah, he is actually, yeah. David, obviously.
And David Bradley, yeah. Apparently, it's only got 3 here. And I was thinking, surely there's more. But then I went through it. I don't know that there is. Rafe Spall is the son of Timothy Spall, however, who also appeared in Potter films. Timothy Spall, far better actor than his son.
Yes. Yeah.
Excellent.
I don't know. I still really rate Rafe Spall.
You would put any of Rafe Spall's films above Secrets and Lies?
I've never seen Secrets and Lies, to be honest with you.
It's very good. Also, he's good in I thank my Lord, respect my Lord, I need a shave. In the script, Frank's wife's name was Iris, but since Jim Broadbent had recently won an Oscar for playing the husband of a woman named Iris in Iris, he thought viewers might see it as a reference to that, so he asked for the name to be changed to Irene. Who played Iris in the film Iris?
No idea.
Scooby-Doo.
Judi Dench. It took over 2 hours for Simon Pegg and Nick Frost to get home from work on time. So after a while, they didn't see the point and decided to sleep in their trailers.
Oh, that sounds.
They had walkie-talkies as well, didn't they? They used
Sure
to
did.
They used to speak to each other on their walkie-talkies before they went to bed every night, and then as soon as they woke up every morning.
That's cute.
It is. Before filming the lay-by scene, Simon Pegg and Nick Frost reportedly had an argument. Pegg claimed Frost was getting cocky and making the assistant directors get him coffee, whereas Pegg wanted him to get his own. As a result, they took 4 hours to do that scene, and they didn't talk to each other at all, except when acting.
Oh.
Just before the climax, 2 sight gags are visible briefly, an ad for the new Romeo and Juliet, starring the replacement actors, and a headline from the Sanford Citizen reading, "A fate worse than death," regarding the church picnic. Very funny, very funny, very funny. Edgar Wright said that the role of Simon Skinner was written with Timothy Dalton in mind, so they were thrilled when he signed on to play the character. Got any others?
I've got some.
Simon Pegg and Edgar Wright spent 18 months writing the script. Police Constable Doris Thatcher was so named because prior to political correctness in the UK police force, female officers were all referred to as Doris, regardless of their name. When Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg went to Brixton Police Station hoping to get some anecdotes from serving officers, even offering to take them to the pub, every officer refused to speak to them. The liaison officer had wrongly told the officers, Jesus, it's officer fatigue, that Mr. Wright and Mr. Pegg were journalists. The liaison officer has never been forgiven.
Imagine if you had missed the opportunity to have your story.
What, to go to the pub with Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg?
The judges for the Best Kept Village competition near the end of the film are played by Peter Wilde and the mothers of Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg. And the first draft included Victoria. And that, I do believe, is it. I'm now into facts about Hannibal.
I've got a few facts.
Shoot.
There we go. Simon Pegg doesn't smile for the first 45 minutes of the film. That's a fun one.
It's bizarre.
I was reading an article the other day. The hardest scene to film in this movie, there's 2. First one was when they're watching Bad Boys 2 and Point Break, because they had to ring up Patrick Swayze and all the and Keanu Reeves' agents, and they had to say, we need your appearances. Can we get permission? But they not only needed that, they needed Patrick Swayze's stunt double. So imagine if the stunt double declined, but Patrick Swayze said yes, they wouldn't have been able to have that shot. Also, the scene where he's in the petrol station and he looks back and there's all them DVDs. Each one was handpicked by Edgar Wright, which is quite nice. But they also had to get permission to show each of those DVD covers in that shop.
Really?
And so he just had to do a lot of phone calls.
I think that'll be my thing. Because all of my scripts have a lot of music in them. And I think I'll write really nice letters to anybody who's still alive so that they don't bump up the price. Tom's big question.
Oh.
Point Break or Bad Boys 2?
I've not seen either.
No.
Which one should I watch first?
I've not seen either.
Jesus. The answer is Point Break. Point Break's great.
Why Point Break?
Why Point Break?
Yeah.
The immense charisma of Patrick Swayze. It's a great Keanu, very well directed, great action, just ridiculous enough. I'd say still believable, but some of the best action scenes of the past 50 years. Some
of the best Keanu movies are quite ridiculous, but just believable enough.
Like The Devil's Advocate.
Like The Devil's Advocate.
Speed.
Something's got to give. Who's he start with? He starts with Diane Keaton, doesn't he? That's the point. That's the film.
Hmm.
He's with Diane Keaton.
That's a movie that Diane Keaton doesn't do it because she overacts a lot, and in that movie especially, she goes for it a bit too much.
What, when she sees naked?
Yeah.
Jack.
She's having a breakdown.
Oh yeah, I like Diane Keaton. I like Jack Nicholson. I like a lot of people, but I like those two. Synopsis of a sequel. Do you want a sequel? Obviously, this. I don't think any of us would agree to a sequel that's not Peg Wright Frost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd have to be as good as this one, really.
Mm.
And the quality of movies they've made since just hasn't lived up to it.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I want them to do
Paul
another...
isn't a Wright film, is it?
Paul's not a Wright film.
Nor is Slaughterhouse Rules, I don't think.
No.
Yeah, and then obviously Wright's still doing great stuff. Scott Pilgrim is excellent. What's his
Baby Driver?
Baby Driver's excellent. Yeah.
I just think it suits being a standalone film.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Mm.
I'm just throwing it out there. I don't think I'd want one. However, saying that, if it got announced tomorrow, Wright, Fox, Peg, Hot Fuzz, and like everybody's back, there's not a day of the week where I wouldn't be front of the line to see it when it comes out.
Yeah, true. Maybe they should make a sequel about the Andes, just the Andes. Get Rafe and Paddy in and see where it goes.
Why do we call them the Andes? Because they're both called
Andrew.
Oh, he is.
He said he was good.
It's great stuff.
And because talking to them's always an uphill struggle, isn't it, Dad?
Oh my God. We didn't
Are you realising we didn't do opening line Hall of Fame? Yeah. I've been waiting for closing line to remind you.
Police Constable Nicholas Angel, born and schooled in London. Very nice. Very similar to Fletch.
I was going to say it's very Fletch.
Owen Fletcher. You might see my reports under Jane Doe. Go on.
I think the best bit of that whole monologue is the advanced cycling. Like, how can you be an advanced cyclist?
It looks pretty advanced.
I mean, yeah, to be fair.
And he cycles.
There we go.
That was good. That was like turned into lecture for a minute there. That was good. I've done my Iwa Wuwa joke. You can have that. You can take that. You've got, I think, a couple of months until this airs, so you can use that to your heart's delight, and then be revealed as a sham. Closing line Hall of Fame. Bring the noise. It's all right.
All right.
It's not the best we've had.
It's not.
Right, I think that is it.
Oh, speaking of lines, though, one we missed earlier from just best lines in the film. My, here comes the fuzz. We missed that one.
Oh, of course.
Iconic.
Or just a single word. Yarp. Great.
Yeah.
Yarp.
That's one of the gags I've never found funny.
No, it's paid off when he's on the walkie-talkie and he finally does the narp. That's the whole movie's building up for the narp.
Yeah.
That's why he does it.
No, I get it. I just think everybody else.
I'm not sure you do, Tom. I'm not sure you've understood it.
I just think everything else has a touch of realism about its humour. Very different show. Oh, poor. It's not Inspector Morse, I don't know. It's not Inspector Morse, but I just thought of Inspector Morse dying.
That's a lovely thought.
When he's in Oxford and they're playing the choir music and he has his heart attack. Oh!
And that's the sound he made.
You're on it. Well, you shot
Hey,
it earlier. Advanced was great. That was less good.
Thank you. I'm proud of that one.
You're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm saying that one wasn't as good. Thank you very much. Thank you.
No, I think the point where I take your insults as compliments, that's where I finally become the bigger man.
You're still 5'8",
when they go low, we go high.
You will never be the bigger man, Will.
It's unfortunate.
Unless you're wearing stilts.
How much taller am I than you, Will?
I've never known your height. I know you're 6 or 6
I don't
or 6
measure
something.
myself.
Oh,
you dirty bastard, mate.
Oh!
I'm surprised nobody jumped in when I was talking about inches in Kate Blanchett. And I said she's worth every inch of that gold statue. Nobody had a go at that. That wasn't even intentional. At least deserved a matron. Lift, extend, lift, extend.
You should get that in the edit. Get the badum video. That's a great one.
Just on every gag.
On every gag. Yes.
Oh, you can tell that you're not the editor, can't you, Will?
Yes, you can.
Every gag. What if every gag we had a different clip and there's music? Oh, and then you can move the boxes around.
You should have come to see Jekyll and Hyde. You would have loved it.
I wasn't able to.
Yeah, I was going to say it never went on. So
show that never was. Right then, Will and Nathan, it's been a pleasure having you. Nathan, do you have any final thoughts on Hot Fuzz?
Well, if you haven't seen it, what are you doing, really?
Yeah, get a grip.
That's it, really, for me.
Sort your shit out. Very aggressive. Well.
Nobody tells me nothing. I just thought I'd throw that one in there because I love Bill Bailey.
Who doesn't? Oh, Bill Bailey, come home. Oh, Bill Bailey, come home. Yeah, no, it's very good. It's a good film. It's a good film. Good film. Oh,
where have I ranked it? On my...
It's not in your top 10.
Where is it?
It's not in your... Oh, it's not in my... I'll tell
sure
her
it's
number 2.
It's number 2.
Behind what? Chef?
No, Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Well, Nathan, I'm sure we'll have you on again.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me, though.
We'll have to have you on for...
Yeah, it's been fantastic.
Forrest Gump?
Yes, definitely.
Don't know when we'll do Forrest Gump. Yeah. I've seen the Jenny, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in Orlando.
And you didn't try and trap her in a model village?
No, I had my Jenny and then she left. Luckily, yeah, who knows? She might still come back and die of AIDS, so who knows? Maybe in 5 years I'll be on a park bench and I'll get a letter and it'll be like, I'm dying of AIDS, but I've got your child. And he can see dead people. Can we just, we'll save it for the Forrest Gump episode, but can we just agree that Jenny Gump is the worst movie character of all time? She is a horrible, horrible woman who manipulates and lies and betrays a simple man, let's just say. My favourite thing is looking through IMDb user reviews of Forrest Gump and seeing the many different ways they describe Forrest. Some people just say simple man, and some people just say retarded. It's a very big scale of what people call Forrest.
It's a wide spectrum.
It's a very good, Will.
I'm on it today. I'm on
it's
it.
It's good, but is it as good as
the spectrum?
Nathan, it's been a pleasure having you. Will's on day release. It's time to send him back. Iwa-woo-wa.
Jog on.
Oh, God! Oh, Jesus Christ!
Da ba da ba da ba da da.